Hey kids, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel. How about that? You are watching a live stream. Well, you are probably watching a replay. Yeah, live streaming channel on YouTube. Well, it's not the only live streaming channel. It's the only live streaming guitar repair channel on YouTube. All right, so that's unique. You can subscribe to this channel if you like the idea of catching me live at work. This way I have an alibi in case there's, I don't know, a bank robbery or something. Yeah. But if you prefer produced content, I do have another channel, the main channel, which is called Guitar Quackery. How about that? There will be another channel soon called Guitar Quackery Business. It'll be for those of you who like to learn or perhaps get some tips on how to run a guitar business or how to work in the guitar industry, right? Whether you are a hired person or a business owner, like I am, a small business owner. So I have, tips that can help you, hopefully, So I'm going to start another channel, but, that's upcoming, right? Now, let's talk about the guitar. The guitar on the bench is a PRS, not a PRS SE. A PRS SE isn't made in the United States. A PRS is. So that's one of the differences. Here it is. And there's something wrong with it. So that's not what's wrong with it. I just put a stack of Post-it notes because I will be releasing string tension. One string's already missing, so that the back of the bridge doesn't crush this. I mean, this is kind of expensive looking, so we want to make sure it doesn't get damaged. But what's wrong with the guitar? Well, we need to fix this tuning machine. You can see that the knob is missing. So these are the old tuning machines that PRS used to put on their guitars back in the day. They are Schallers. Schaller brand. Okay, and I'll show you. So this one is missing the tuning knob, right? And it says PRS. Okay, so Schaller made them. So if you order enough of them, right, they will put whatever logo you want. So PRS obviously ordered them in bulk, and they are PRS branded, right? But they're Schallers. And here's the thing, they don't make them anymore. So the owner of this guitar wants to fix this one. He doesn't want to replace them because the new ones have different mounting holes. So it's a different layout, I guess. Is that the word, layout? Layout, whatever. Okay, let's remove this broken tuning machine. As you can see, one string is already missing, but the string that's missing is the B string, and this is the G tuner. So it's already at low tension. I can't turn the tuner, so we just have to cut it. Okay? And we'll remove the tuner. Now, this is an innovative design. We don't see that on, let's say, a fender. This slot is exactly where the string holes are. On a fender, it's offset. They're still working on that, you know, perfecting it. It's been quite a few years. One day, perhaps, we'll see an improvement. I recycled the strings. Oh, look at that. There's already an audience. Okay. One of them might be the owner of this guitar, because when I live stream, I usually send a text message to the customer so that the customer can, you know, keep an eye on me so that I'm at my best behavior. Of course, they also get to see all the questionable stuff that happens behind the closed doors. Well, it's actually an open door, but you know what I mean. It's not as bad as the stuff that happens in the kitchens, but it's still bad. Okay, so I think I need to remove this. It's been a while. I think this needs to come off, yeah, all right, like that. And then we'll just remove the 2 screws from the back. Now this fell, that's my understanding. I think it fell, and the tuner is actually damaged, which is something that I should probably show you before I remove it. Oops. Well, the customer already knows about this. But here we're doing a live stream, so maybe like this. How should I do this? Okay, like this. All right. Let's have a look at this. You can see there's some damage here, and the metal part is broken off here. And here as well, I think. Yeah, you see that. It's broken off. Now, is that a problem? Not too much. So these 2 screws are still going to prevent a rotation of the tuning machine. Okay. And on the front, oh, I see. It has a bushing like this. So, yeah, it won't be a problem. The 2 screws are still holding down the tuning machine. Now you can see how this is like this, and that's because we're missing the tuning knob and the spacers, like here, right? So when this is installed, you can't push it in this direction, right? And when it's missing, you can kind of push it in, okay? But it isn't broken. At least, I don't think it's broken. All right. We'll remove it now. Yeah, you can see how it's broken. And next, I am going to put the guitar away, and we're just going to work on the tuner. So first, I want to make sure that it works. So if I turn it, you can see that the shaft is in fact spinning. It's spinning in this direction. Okay. I'm holding my finger here, right? Here I can feel a little hiccup, to be honest with you. I feel a little hiccup here. So there might be some damage to the internal pinion gear. Let me do another full turn. I can feel a little resistance here around this point. And when I go backwards, yeah, there's definitely a little resistance here. So I think there's some damage on the inside right around this point. Yeah, let's hope that it's not too bad. All right. We want to put the guitar away. And work on the tuning machine. I'm also going to be doing a full setup on this guitar. You are now watching part 1 of this playlist. So, I had this guitar on the shelf for quite a few days, maybe a couple of weeks. Because I had to come up with a solution for this. So let's talk about it. Okay, so the customer gave me these parts. So what do we have here? We have these 2 tuning knobs from another set of Schallers, which has been redesigned. And the old design wasn't good, but the new design does not fit. And we have some screws, and we have the spacer. So that's all we got here. Now let's have a closer look. Maybe I put it here. How about that? So this came off of this thing, okay? We have the spacer. And then we have this bushing. Ah, come on. And they are not well designed, okay? So the plastic tuning machine knob either starts slipping or breaks off. And we're going to look at this through the microscope. I wonder if I can use this one. So yeah, sorry, you are watching a live stream, which means, you know, it takes time to set everything up. Bear with me. And my phone is ringing now. And I will not answer the phone. I will text them back later. Okay. What are we doing here? Hold on a second. See, the phone is distracting me. Here. We see the bushing. And we see that this knurled part isn't too good, right? Those knurls are really not deep enough, I think. And then they just used some glue. And that glue is just not, you know, the glue gets into the knurls, but honestly, I think it starts slipping inside of the interior hole of the plastic tuning machine knob, right? So what I want to do is I am going to clean up this thing first with a heat gun. But I did get a phone call. So I have a text message that I just copy and paste. Let's see. I'm going to copy it from this. And let's see who called me. Somebody from New Jersey. Message. And I just send a text message. Boom. Yeah, so I am going to remove all the, you know, dried up glue first. So I'm going to soften up the glue and remove it and all the plastic residue. So let's use this little vise. And, you know, friends, I am improvising here. So bear with me. So that's the difference between streaming and playback of an edited video. Okay, so here's what I'm doing. Hold on. Got to put the switcher back. Okay. I have this bushing and I have the screw. So the screw is going to hold it and I'll place it here. Okay, push it. And now I can work on this, as you can see. And what I want to do is I want to work through the microscope. I need to elevate the whole setup. Beautiful. Okay. Let's have a look. Here it is. So I am going to be scraping off all the plastic and glue from here. Let's see if it comes off without heat. Not really. Okay, which is obviously why I have this heat gun. And I think maybe it's better in this direction. Let me see. All right, let's try. Okay, I have this heat gun heating up. It's going to melt the plastic, I think, I hope. And this is glue here, see? So we want to remove all that. So maybe I need to increase the heat. Yeah, so here, just increase the heat. I just pick a random number because I really have no idea. At some point, it's going to start melting, right? And obviously, it's not going to melt the metal. Oh, here. Okay. So I want all the glue to come off. Because we want to expose all of those knurls. Okay, that's promising. You know, I think I can increase the heat a little more. How about that? So it's soft, and here it comes off. And now we need to clean one knurl at a time. And the idea is to, I'm going to modify this bushing. So as you can see, I'm cleaning one little groove at a time. It's going pretty, you know, fast. But I am going to turn it a little bit. So now this is hot, obviously. It's not too hot. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's good enough. All right. What would we do without a microscope? I guess a magnifying glass would be good. Good enough, I guess, for this. But you see, I can't attach a camera to a magnifying glass. I think this is going to go pretty quick. So I can see some tool marks here. I'm not sure what happened there. Someone tried to do something, I guess. So it's not too hot. Here we have this glue residue right there. I think we're probably more than halfway through. Yeah, only this portion left, and then we'll move on to the next phase of this repair. And I have something interesting in mind, so something that has never been done before, to the best of my knowledge. Here, let's turn it off. And yeah. Okay. So I am going to add some deeper grooves around the shaft. And then I'm going to use this plastic bonder epoxy. I'll put a link in the description. I already tested this on some model airplanes, actually. Seems to be a good product. Okay. Now, the customer or potential customer who called me, texted me back. So my message is, hello, blah, blah, blah. If you were calling about services on your guitar, please feel free to text me back to this number with your full name and a brief reason for your call. Thank you very much. Hi, I am in Midtown and looking for a capo and a few picks. I forgot them for a gig. Try Guitar Center. So that's one reason why I don't, I often don't pick up the calls. And sometimes when people don't give me their names, they never hear back from me. Those are anonymous calls. Okay, so I searched and I found what I was looking for. This tool. So I'm going to use my rotary tool. This one, yeah. I hope I can do it for this. So what do I have here? It's this kind of tool, you see? And I'm going to cut grooves like that, deeper, okay? I'm going to rotate this and cut some grooves, okay? Now this thing has a wall that's thicker here and here, so I can cut deeper grooves here, but I've got to be careful here. So we got to mark it off first, and I'll just mark it off with a red marker. So wherever we have this, I put a mark here, and then on the other side as well. So we have this around here. That's that area, right? I think with this I need to use, I can't mount it through the screw, right? Because it's going to start spinning. So I need to do this. And I will cut a groove here first. So now, I'll just cut like that. And let's see. Is this going to hold it? It's not going to hold it. No problem. I have another chuck, a smaller one. Got to change this thing, okay? So I think this is an interesting repair. For those of you who are still watching. All right. So this one, oh, did I mix them up? That this is the smallest size, right? It's going to hold this, I think. I hope so, because I'm counting on this. So now it's spinning, right? All right. So I'll be coming from here, right? So I need to just orient this workpiece. And now let's just do some cutting. Okay. So what is, I had a little kickback there. I don't know if you noticed. So what is the purpose of this? Well, I just cut a groove that's bigger than these small ones. So now when I fill it with the epoxy resin, it'll have a few grooves around, right? it'll be a much stronger mechanical connection, right? Because these grooves are just too small for this, right? When you turn the tuning knob, there's actually a lot of torque, a lot of force, and we need a good mechanical connection. I have a small vacuum cleaner here. Okay. And now I'm just going to turn it. So I wonder if I should just do the opposite side first. Yeah, I think so. Oops. So I'm just noticing, good news, I guess. That's automatically a depth stop. So when it hits like this, that's how deep I want to go. But let me clean up first. But I gotta keep in mind that here the wall is thicker, right? So here I had a little kickback. I don't know how to avoid it. It didn't cut through. All right. So now maybe I cut one here and then one in between. How about that? Okay, it started rubbing here. So it looks like I can cut it to the same depth. That's, you know, good news. Okay, so it'll have 8 grooves in total when I'm done with it. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut right there in between. So the way I do this is just like that. So this time I'll show you like this. I'm still looking through the microscope, but Here's how I do it. All right, so it's going pretty smoothly so far. So this is how it should have been made. And yeah. Oops. And now I'm going to cut first the middle one on this side. Okay. Two more, and then we're done with this. It's going pretty smoothly so far. Okay. Look. Right? And one more. So this way we can keep the original tuning machines. And if the other ones, you know, break, we'll know how to fix them, because I think this is going to hold up. Oops. Okay, so we did have a few kickbacks, but And now we have this piece like that. So if I hold it like this, we can look at it. Okay, so I think it's easy to understand how this is going to be a better mechanical connection. Because, you know, the epoxy eventually becomes a plastic. Now we have these, you know, 4 kickbacks here. Yeah, sorry about that. So that's not going to make a big difference because that's going to be inside of the, covered by the tuning knob anyway. So now, as you can see, this doesn't fit inside, but that's going to be inside, hidden. So now we want to enlarge this hole so that we can put this inside. So now the new tuning knobs, they make like this, and they're also not too good, right? Because only these 2 very small flat surfaces are basically pushing against, you know, all that force when you tune it. So the idea now is to drill this to this size, a little bit looser, and then also cut some grooves on the inside of this, on the inside walls. So that's going to be our next project here. Okay. So first, we need to take some measurements. So far, I see 4 of you are watching. Let's see how many likes I have. It doesn't say. Oh, 1 like. Only 1 like, but 4 watching. So the other 3 are not liking this. Not learning anything from this. Okay. Well, I only have 3 people watching because 1 person is actually my phone, 1 viewer. So 3 people watching this live stream. That's a really popular channel. I'm sure one of them is the customer, the owner of this guitar. Okay. We no longer need this. So I'm going to take a measurement of the bushing diameter and then select the right drill bit size to enlarge the hole through the tuning machine knob. Yeah. Let's do that. This is my switcher. Let's have a look. Where's the part? Oh, here. Okay, so I'm going to measure in inches because I have a set of inch size drill bits. So I got to do it this way. Decimal inches, okay? And just take a measurement like this. Loose. Here you can see this is 0.2175, so I enlarge it a little bit, so about 0.22 or 0.23, 20, you know. Let's say if I enlarge it, I want it to be a little loose because I want the epoxy to fill the gaps. So about 0.23 or so. Okay, that's going to be a good drill bit size. And I have a whole set of drill bits right here. And I talked about my set in other videos and live streams. It's a really good thing to have in any shop. Let me show you. I only have the Imperial set. I do want to get a metric set as well. Look at this. All right, so all available sizes, okay, are included here. So from a really, really tiny one. So we said 0.22 or, okay, this one. So that's going to be the final size. But we got to work up to this size. And the way we do it is first we find the size that is going to, oops, sorry, enlarge this hole. So let me see. 0.169, something like that. So we have this here, 169, something like that. It's the same one I use for the Fender guitars. Okay, so let's just do that. Let's see. First, I go backwards, and then in this direction. Okay, now we need a depth stop. Yeah, details. And what I will do is, yeah, I could either mark it off with a marker or put a tape. Let me just mark it off because I'm lazy. So I'm really using this as a reamer. Okay. So that took off the two flat spots first. Now, I think we can skip maybe one or two. Let me skip one size. And once again, I need to mark off how deep I want to drill. So I don't want to drill deeper than this, right? If I can help it. And once again, I start, so I got to make sure I always start on this side, not the other one, right? So I start counterclockwise, and I push a little bit, and now I start clockwise. Okay, and although I know the drill bit is smaller still, you know, always keep checking. So I should only be skipping one size. I hope this works out. Okay. So I think you get the idea. So here's the thing. If this was a produced video, I would just be showing you the highlights. But obviously this is a live stream, so you're going to have to watch me through all the steps, or maybe take a break and come back in 5 minutes. So this is, in fact, the one and only live streaming guitar repair channel so far. Maybe someone else will start live streaming their repair work as well. I don't know. Well, to be honest, I don't know if anyone else is doing it. I'm just not aware of it. I think more people should be doing it. Okay. I guess so far so good, I hope. Oh, which one did I just use? Ah, damn it. Well, it's gonna have a little red marking on. This one has a red marking. Does this one have one? No. So now I skip to, yeah. I mean, this is not the ideal way. But it works. So it's really important to start counterclockwise. Yeah. I should be doing this off the bench. I hope this works out at the end. There. And this screw is going to go here, so is this going to be the right fit? Because this tuning knob isn't from this style of a tuning machine. So that's also an open question now. So let me look at this. No. So I'm going to have to do a little modification to this as well. So we're not going to be able to finish this today. Let me show you the issue. Okay. So here's the issue. This doesn't sink in, right? This is from a different set. So I'm going to have to fill this first and then drill a hole of this diameter through the center and then drill a countersink hole for the head. Because right now the head doesn't fit inside. Again, this is from a totally different set, right? So right now we're only drilling a hole at the bottom for this bushing at this depth, right? Oh man, so yeah, I didn't realize this, but just an extra step. So let me think. Okay, I'll think as I work, and then I will tell you what the solution is. So I don't know if I can show you this through the microscope. Kind of. Okay, why not? So I just hold this, and now I first go counterclockwise. Oh, sorry, counterclockwise. And now I go clockwise and pull out some of this material and just hold it tight, and you see that red mark, right? So that's my depth stop. So we want to pull this out now. Okay, so this is about right. And now once again, I just check. Still too small. And I change the drill bit. So I think that looked kind of cool through the microscope, so why don't we do it again? Counterclockwise. You can see what that does, right? So that it doesn't grip the workpiece harshly. That's it. Okay. Check again. So this is really like a restoration job. Next size. Let me see. No, I'm not going to skip a size now because I'm getting close to the final size. Yeah. It's a very low tech to do like a depth stop, but it works. Okay, counterclockwise again. Okay, clockwise. So it gripped, so now I gotta go counterclockwise to clean up. Okay. Let's check again. It's getting very close to the final size. I think this might be the last the last pass. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it fits inside. All the way in. So now I got to make a decision. So here's the situation now. So it's even a friction fit, as you can tell, okay? And I don't really want a friction fit. I want it to be glued in with epoxy. So I'm not sure if an additional friction fit works to our advantage or not. So now I'm using this bushing as a cutting tool. Okay. Maybe I leave it like that. I don't know. So next thing we need to do is fill this with epoxy all the way up. Let it cure for a day or two, and then drill a hole this size for the screw. And then drill a hole for the head, a larger diameter, only this deep. And that's a little bit of a challenge. How do I do that? Now, I do have a fabrication shop. There's no live streaming there. And I can do it on the milling machine, for sure. In fact, both holes should be done on the milling machine, which can be used as a drill press, because we want the hole to go straight at a 90-degree angle. And I can't do that by just holding the, handheld machine. So how am I going to fill this with epoxy? Well, I need to make sure that the threads don't get contaminated. So here you can see this bushing. This is what we have. So that's how I modified it. And you can see the grooves are much deeper than the original, shallow grooves. So that's definitely going to be a better connection, right? Let me think. So all we can hope to do today is fill this with epoxy and prepare it for the next step. Yeah, I have an idea. Okay. I'm going to use this tape. This is just painter's tape. Okay, like that. And then cut around it. And the tape will prevent the epoxy from going into the inside part of the bushing. So I have these blades, X-Acto blades. Just cut around it. Hold on, I don't need this anymore. Where is it? Okay, I'll clean. Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to cut around with the X-Acto blade. Maybe I need to push down like this, yeah. Now, I would show you through the microscope, but it's really not a great view because my thumb is here. Maybe like this. I think it's better to view it from here. Okay. Almost. Okay, that's good. I have this. And this is now the bushing. So I just want to make sure that the epoxy doesn't go into the bushing, right? And now we just place it inside. Oh, but hold on. How am I going to pull it out? Yeah, that's going to be a problem because now I can push it out this way. But once I fill it with epoxy, I guess I'll be able to grab it with something. But with what? So I do have, you know, tools. I'm just worried about damaging the surface. So in that case, I wonder if it would be better to just enlarge this and forget about that friction, because I don't think that the friction will be anywhere sufficient. I think it's really the epoxy that's going to do the trick. So this bushing has the two flat surfaces, as you can see. That's what's turning the tuning machine. All right. I'm thinking. So we still have one size up from this drill bit, which is the size that I thought would be the final size. Look, I can kind of turn it by hand. And this is also cutting. I wonder if just a small adjustment will be enough. Let's see. Because I think this is also conical a little bit. By design, right? Yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea to turn the drill bit by hand. Okay, this is already, so if I can, yeah, that's good, I think. So let's just enlarge it a little bit more, and I think it'll be fine. Like that. So now I can pull it out easily. Well, kind of easily. Just a little more. Oh yeah, I think that's what we want. This is good. All right, so it's loose, which is fine because, you know, the epoxy will fill the gaps. It could even be looser. And remember, we are also going to cut some grooves on the inside of this hole. Now, I can cut grooves here on the side where it's thick, right? I can make a basically like an egg shape on the inside, and that'll well, that'll definitely reduce the friction, which actually brings me to the point that we can just not worry about having a friction fit at all. So I can remove more material. This is good. Now we place this inside. Okay, and we are going to fill this with epoxy. Now I can see a little bit of metal exposed there. So it's just going to be a good idea to just put a little bit of wax here so that the epoxy doesn't stick to it. Yeah. And the wax that I'll use is going to be the Renaissance wax. Let me put the drill bits away. So I will put links to these drill, to this set of drill bits in the description after I'm done live streaming. I will edit, and I will put links to other things that I was using, obviously. Those are going to be Amazon affiliate links, which do pay me a small commission. I'm required to disclose this at no extra cost to you. Links will be in the description. Yeah, this way I make a small commission at no extra cost to you. Small commission, small. Renaissance wax. This. There will be a link, like I just said, affiliate link. I don't think I'm required to repeat the whole thing. I did say it. Okay. It's pretty straightforward. I just put just a little bit of wax. And I really just want to put it around the edge here, because I don't want to be cleaning wax from the surface that I'm going to try to glue at a later time. And I don't want to have any kind of blobs of wax, just like this, okay? And I put it inside, and this is ready now. So we're going to fill this with epoxy all the way. Just like that, right? Easy. So I need to put a link to this, and like I said, the drill bits and this epoxy I used on model airplanes, and they and you know, it's good for plastic, so I do recommend it. Again, there will be a link. So now let's mix some epoxy. It's important, as I'm sure you know, to mix it well. So it's a two-part epoxy. There's a resin and a hardener. And if it's not mixed well, it doesn't work well. I'll use, how about this, to mix it with. So I want to make sure that I can fill it without any air pockets all the way to the bottom. So I'm just thinking, okay, before I do anything. So it's pretty deep. So let me see. If I use this, I'll be able to reach all the way to the bottom. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. It would be good if I had some kind of syringe. Let me think. Let me think. I think this might work. This is just an old pipette. Again, you are watching a live stream, and here, you know, I wasn't prepared. You know, we're improvising. It's the nature of live streams. I don't have all the answers. Okay. So I just have a pipette like this, I clipped the. So I think I can just soak up some epoxy and then just squeeze it and get it to go all the way to the bottom and fill everything. Hopefully that can work. I'm just doing a dry run now, so it goes all the way to the bottom, and then I can just fill it. I think it can work. All right, so let's put this here. Let's mix some epoxy, and let's try. It just depends how viscous it is. Oops, so you always need to mix. Yeah, I don't like this. Proportions aren't right. Oops, oh, look at that. I guess the proportions are okay now. So I mixed, I'm using way more than I need. So there's a little notch here. Needs to go in the same orientation. And now we mix. It's kind of hard to get the proportions right if you are just mixing a really, really small amount. Because if you miss by a small amount, it could be a significant percentage. So I want to avoid making air bubbles. Now I can see some here. Okay. Now, is this going to work? Okay, let me try. Yeah, I think so. Better than I thought. Now, the question is, I did get some air bubbles. Okay, it's stiffening up on me. Where's that thing? There's an air pocket. Not quite working the way I'm hoping. nothing's coming out. Okay, so plan B, I guess. Again, the idea is to avoid air pockets. Not sure if that's a bubble inside here. I guess I can leave it a little bit concave, because we're going to be drilling out some of this material anyway. We want to clean up the epoxy. Okay, let's make sure that this is still in place. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll just, you know, let it be. And for at least 24 hours before we drill through it. Yeah, maybe even a couple of days. Yeah, no hurry. We can't rush this. Okay, so this will conclude this live stream for today, you know, for this project. Once again, I'm going to put some Amazon affiliate links in the description in a few moments. Yeah. 4 people, actually 3 people watching. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. If you want to buy me a coffee, you can click the link that says buy me a coffee. And that's about it. And I'll be streaming some more. I'll take a short break. So next project will be, I think, a base. Stingray, I think. Let me see. Yep, that's the next one. Stingray base. Okay. Okay, kids. That's it. It's almost bedtime for the little ones. But you can stay up later and watch another live stream. Okay. Bye-bye.